It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and after her own battle with breast cancer, a former state representative is advocating for better patient care and screenings. And this week's Louisiana Women, our Carly Lang sits down with Julie Stokes, who says early detection can save lives.
Louisiana Women, proudly sponsored by The Watts Furniture.
Cancer.
It was a really difficult time in my life.
It can happen to anyone.
I felt a lump.
At any time.
But I was really busy with session, so I didn't follow up on it for a bit.
And for former state representative Julie Stokes, it came at the worst time possible, smack dab in the middle of her campaign for state treasurer.
I was involved in running statewide at that time, so I was so busy. I remember that I felt this lump. I let it go for at least a month and a half, maybe two. And I told my assistant on the last day of session, I said, make an appointment for me. I need to have this checked out.
Stokes was diagnosed with breast cancer in June 2017.
I had to give up my dream and deal with the fact that I was being faced with cancer and tell my kids it felt like the world was burning down around me. She
went through 2 rounds of chemo.
The second chemo was extremely difficult. I mean, the amount of burden that it put on your mind and just... They don't call it the Red Devil for nothing.
She lost her hair and her energy, but she didn't lose her spirit.
And it was always the wise words, turn your mess into your ministry. You know, so sometimes in the face of real bad things, you can try to find fruit in it. And that's what I always tried to do.
Today, Stokes is cancer-free. And she's using her platform to advocate for better patient care.
We have one of the highest incidents in the United States, and we formed the Cancer Advocacy Group of Louisiana to make sure that we advocate for good cancer care right here in Louisiana.
She helped pass legislation to make 3D mammography available at no cost to patients. Some of her other bills provide greater access to high-quality care for cancer patients.
And this session, we have some more legislation coming up in 2021. So that is one thing where I've turned my mess into my ministry, and that's really important to me.
A ministry she will continue to fight for as long as she can.
Don't take your health for granted. I did, and I waited. Maybe if I wouldn't have waited those extra 2 months because I was too busy, you know, maybe things would have turned out different, you know, and you know, you always think that there's tomorrow. There's no time like the present.
For NBC Local 33, I'm Carly Lang.